All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So welcome to another news update video. We've got a lot of interesting stories for you guys today. So the first story is going to be about the Arnold Classic Strongman competition this past weekend, which was won by returning defending champion Hafthor Bjornsson, taking first place with a total of 45 points and winning $72,000 for that first place prize money. Now, a lot of people were expecting this to be a battle between Brian Shaw and Hafthor Bjornsson for the title here. Now, interestingly enough, Brian Shaw ended up taking 8th place here with a total of 21 points to Hafthor's 45 points, and only ended up winning $4,000 for that 8th place finish. Now, the reason why Brian Shaw took 8th was because he was competing with a torn hamstring. So Brian actually ended up tearing his hamstring during the very first event at the 2019 Arnold Strongman Classic, which was that much anticipated and hyped Rogue Elephant Bar deadlift. So he tore it during his third attempt, which was an attempt on a 1,051-pound deadlift. He actually moved the bar a couple inches off the floor, and then he kind of fell forward, and that was when he tore his hamstring. So he actually didn't finish the show. He competed in 4 out of the 5 events, and then finally called it quits because of this torn hamstring. So that is why Brian Shaw placed where he did. I'm sure this wasn't the result anybody was really expecting. Brian Shaw has won this competition at the Arnold 4 times and has never placed below second out of the past 6 Arnold Strongman Classics that he's competed in. And due to the nature of most of the events in Strongman that require lifting something off of a floor and utilizing the hamstrings, a hamstring tear is one of the worst injuries to suffer during an event like this. So hopefully Brian Shaw is able to make a full recovery from this and maybe be able to come back and win the Arnold Strongman Classic in the future. But I'm sure it's going to be a long journey to recovering from an injury like this. But I do wish him the best of luck in doing so. Now, the next story that I have for you guys is not Arnold Classic related, but Ronnie Coleman posted this on his Instagram last night. And tons of people were tagging me in this because it really is quite the amazing feat of strength here. So he posted this post about a 12-year-old. This is a 12-year-old kid named Morgan Nichols. And Morgan Nichols is actually the son of Chad Nichols, who helped coach Ronnie Coleman through 8 Mr. Olympias. So in this video, you see 12-year-old Morgan Nichols squatting 405 pounds for a double. Now, I don't know what his body weight is here, but at this point, I don't even think that matters. Just the fact that he's 12 years old squatting that much weight for a double, I don't even think it would matter what he weighs. I mean, that's just extremely impressive. When I was 12, I don't even know if I had started working out yet. I think I probably started going to the gym when I was around 13. And when I first started squatting at 13, it probably took me a year to work up to a plate on each side, just a 135-pound squat. I remember starting out squatting, the very first couple times I came in the gym with a 25 on each side. And I'm not really that big of a squatter. Even in my 20s, I probably only have touched 405 pounds a handful of times on the squat. So this is just an extremely impressive video, and I wanted to make sure Morgan got a shout out on my channel because this is really an incredible feat of strength here. Now, next up, I wanted to give a shout out here to Juan Morel. So Juan Morel, as most of you probably already know, is a men's open bodybuilding competitor, but he posted on his story yesterday of him practicing the vacuum pose in his mirror. Now, I thought this was impressive, number one, because obviously we don't see very many, if any, IFBB pros at the top level, practicing a vacuum pose, let alone even being able to hit a vacuum pose. And as we saw this past weekend, there were even some classic physique guys that weren't able to hit a vacuum pose. And at many points over the course of the weekend during the seminars and stuff that Arnold Schwarzenegger gave, he was often talking about the importance for men's open bodybuilders to practice doing a vacuum pose, even if it takes hours a day, to help really maintain that control over the midsection on stage. I believe that was a piece of advice he even gave to Phil Heath during the Sunday seminar when talking about the possibility of Phil Heath making a comeback. So I just thought that a very large men's open guy like Juan Morel deserves some credit here, deserved really a shout out for, number one, being able to even hit a vacuum pose in the first place, number two, practicing it, number three, having the balls to post it on social media when most of the other men's open pros don't care about a vacuum pose or would never post a video trying to hit one. So shout out to Juan, very impressive stuff, and I'm happy to see that. So the next story that I have for you guys here today is going to be about Rafael Brandao. So Rafael Brandao is a Brazilian bodybuilder. He competed in the 2019 Arnold Classic and Men's Open. Very aesthetic bodybuilder, by the way. And he took 7th place here. Now, Rafael has an incredibly large fan base in Brazil. And if you were watching the live stream, you know that a lot of the Brazilian fans that were commenting on there were very angry and really not happy with the placing that Rafael got, and they were disliking the video and leaving comments that Rafael got robbed and that he should have placed higher. And there was just really a lot of pushback from the fans, from Rafael's fans in particular, about his placing. And in my comment section over the past couple days, I've probably seen more requests to make a video about Rafael than any other bodybuilder that competed in Men's Open. There's a lot of interest in this guy, and he has, like I said, a tremendous fan base. And that's very, very evident, especially on YouTube and social media, seeing how many comments are for Rafael. And I've got to say, I do think he's an incredible bodybuilder, and I think he looked fantastic here. Again, one of the more aesthetic guys in this lineup. He's got great lines. He's got a very small waist. But I think the main thing that held him back here was really just overall lack of size. I mean, most of the guys that placed higher than Rafael just had a lot more muscle mass on their frame than he did. I mean, you had guys like Rolly Winkler placing ahead of him. You had William Bonac, Steve Kuklo, Cedric McMillan, just guys that have much more muscle mass than Rafael. And I think that's the main thing he needs to bring up. And he needs to try to do that without sacrificing those really good lines and that really small waist and that really aesthetic physique that he has. He just needs to add some more mass to his frame. But keep in mind, he did beat guys like Victor Martinez here. He also beat Josh Lenardowitz here. So he beat some good guys here. He beat some big names, so it's not like he did horrible. And I actually think 7th place for him is a really good placing for his first Arnold Classic. So if I were you guys and I were a fan of Rafael, I wouldn't be too discouraged by this placing. I think in the future we're going to see big things from him. It's really just going to be a matter of time for him to really bring in that muscle maturity and really get his physique to where it needs to be to place higher in a lineup like this one. Now, next up, I wanted to talk about Wesley Vissers and specifically his conditioning at the 2019 Arnold Classic. So the main thing, as we all know, that Wesley needed to bring up was, in fact, the conditioning. And I said that I think he did do that. And one of the things that I think worked to his disadvantage is we only got to see him on the prejudging stage. So for those of you that weren't there, for the prejudging at Classic Physique, they do that out at the expo stage. So there's a different lighting out there. And I think that lighting was actually very bad and not very flattering to anybody, let alone Wesley Vissers. So we didn't get to see Wesley at the night show. So the night show was at a different venue, a different stage, different lighting. Because Wesley wasn't top 6, we didn't get to see him do a routine at the night show. So I don't think people really got the opportunity to see how good Wesley's conditioning was compared to how it used to be. So I wanted to show you guys this video that Wesley posted on Instagram where he says his conditioning was there. Prep went exactly how he wanted it to go, and he looked exactly how he wanted to look. So he felt like everything that he did was exactly how he planned it to go. And I just think in this video in particular, you can really see the improvements that Wesley did make to his physique in terms of conditioning overall, especially compared to the package that he brought at the Olympia. So I just wanted to emphasize the point that I don't think Wesley's placing in 10th place here at the Arnold Classic wasn't a result of him coming in with bad conditioning. I think it might have just been that maybe the judges are saying they don't like his structure or don't like his physique for this division. That could very well be what they're saying, but I don't think it's for lack of conditioning. I think he was actually one of the better conditioned guys in this lineup. And I do want to know what you guys think in the comment section below about Wesley Vissers' conditioning here and why he placed where he did. Now, the final story that I have for you guys is going to be about the Arnold Classic amateur winner. And this is the French giant, Morgan Asti, the bodybuilder known for being bigger than Big Ramy, standing about 6'4" tall, standing, head and shoulders above everybody else in this lineup. From a size standpoint, one of the most impressive bodybuilders in the amateur ranks. He kind of holds the distinction as being bigger than Big Ramy because from what I've heard, he competes at around 310 pounds on stage, and in the offseason, he's pushing 400 pounds. So Morgan Asti won the Arnold Classic Amateur competition. So what that means is he is currently the newest IFBB Pro. So now he finally got that IFBB Pro card, so we're going to be seeing Morgan Asti compete in the IFBB. Now, Morgan has done a lot of things in the past. He's a former strongman competitor. He also competed in that Super League competition. And now that he finally has that IFBB Pro card, I believe in terms of height and weight, he is now the biggest IFBB Pro. So it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be able to do in pro competitions. Again, he doesn't really have the prettiest structure to his physique. His legs definitely need work. But I think definitely at this show, he earned that pro card. With conditioning that he typically doesn't bring. I mean, he had striated glutes, which is something we definitely don't usually see from him. And again, it should be interesting to see what competition he chooses next for his IFBB Pro debut. So the final story that I have for you guys today, Calum von Moger. He appears to be back. So he recently posted this picture on Instagram, flexing in Gold's Gym Venice. Obviously, as most of you know from watching his videos, he's on the comeback trail to trying to get back into a competitive physique. Obviously, after all the injuries that he's had, he was significantly downsized for an extended period of time, not looking anything like his former self. But he recently posted this picture on Instagram where he looks to actually have regained a lot of the muscle that he had before. I mean, he looks like he's put on a tremendous amount of muscle in a very, very short period of time. So it looks like he does seem to be kind of a hyper responder in terms of being able to put that size back on. So I, for one, am excited to see Calum's journey back to the stage. Hopefully he's able to regain everything that he lost, and hopefully no more injuries for Calum. I love a good comeback story. I really do wish the best for him on his comeback journey. So that's the video for today, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Make sure you go over to my vlog channel. So it's kind of my bonus channel, Nick's Strength and Vlogs. I'm planning on posting a video today or tomorrow with all the bonus footage from the Arnold Classic that I haven't included on this channel. So I've got hundreds and hundreds of videos from the Arnold, and I had to condense that into a 20-something minute video the other day on this channel. But all that bonus footage is going to be over on the Nick's Strength and Vlogs channel. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, make sure you do subscribe to that channel as well. And please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.